All right, Murderbot is in danger, but maybe everyone else is too. Let's talk about Murderbot episode 4. Hi everyone, it's David Stark from Watcher Pass, and I'm here to talk to you about Murderbot Season 1, Episode 4, Escape Velocity Protocol, coming to Apple TV Plus on May 30th, 2025. It is the 4th episode in Murderbot. We are just getting going. Is this episode worth your time? Is this episode worth watching? Well, my hot take is I definitely think you should watch it. I liked it. I thought it was an engaging episode. I thought it was fun. Again, I like the humor. I don't know if it's just growing on me. I like the effects. I love that we get a little more Sanctuary Moon in this one, and I really love the ending, so I am very much a fan of this episode. The last two have been really good, so I'm excited to see where this series goes. So definitely think you should check it out. If you haven't watched Murderbot yet, jump on it now. It is it's up to episode 4. It's a pretty quick watch. You can catch up and then keep going along on this journey. It is not murder anymore. It is pretty fun. So all that being said, I'm going to tell you a little about the episode, a few things I like, a few things I didn't like, and then really quickly go into a recap. So as you can imagine, there will be spoilers in the recap section. If you don't know what happens in this episode, and you might not, there are some surprises that happen to Murderbot, that happen to the crew, some events that are going to reverberate down the line. I would turn it off when you get to the recap. Before that, though, I'll keep it vague. I'll keep it spoiler-free. I'll let you know when I get to those spoilers. So, in Murderbot episode 4, it continues right after the end of Murderbot episode 3, where Murderbot was kind of subdued by this rogue bot, this bot that had like darker, like black armor, seemed to have laid an ambush for this other research group that was on the other side of the planet. Murderbot was ambushed by that, and now they might be in trouble. So, things I liked about this episode. The first, I still love the cast, although we do get a more limited cast, and I'll talk about that in the things I didn't love as much. But I still love the cast. It's a great cast. They all have really fun roles, really interesting roles. And also, we get to see a little bit of the television cast as well. So, you got a great set of actors. I loved seeing all of them in this. Second thing I loved, still love the effects. Great series. The effects are perfect. Like other research camp they go to looks fantastic. All the effects look really good. It is a high quality series, which I would expect from Apple TV Plus. They generally have really good overall production values, and this is no different. The third thing I loved, Sanctuary Moon. We get more Sanctuary Moon. It's not as much as I want. I want a full Sanctuary Moon episode one of these days, but we do get more snippets of it. I love seeing more and more Sanctuary Moon. Last thing I love the ending. It's a good ending. It's exciting. It kind of makes me want to see what happens next. I wanted to jump right into the next one, but I'm going to wait. I'm going to hold off so I can go on this journey with all of you. So, all that being said, things I didn't love as much. Again, it's a shorter episode. It's about 22 minutes long, kind of a standard television episode length. So, look, I don't love that. I want it to be a little longer. I want to hear more about what is going on in this world and see more events. But you know what? The last 2 episodes have been shorter. Maybe I actually like that. I don't know, but I didn't love that this was a shorter episode. It seems like that's going to be the trend going forward. 22, 23-minute episode. Maybe the finale will ramp it up, but it seems like 23, 22 minutes is going to be our standard length. And the last thing I didn't love as much, I said I love the cast. I do love the cast, but it is a limited cast. There's some characters we don't even see, and I'm starting to get to like the characters. I'm starting to enjoy their interactions. It makes sense for the story why we don't see them, but there are some characters that are just kind of missing from this episode, and I would like to see what's going on with them. So, all that being said, Murderbot episode 4 comes to Apple TV Plus on May 30th, 2025. Definitely think you should check it out. Definitely watch it. Catch up if you haven't. Get on the Murderbot train because it is getting good, and I want you to all kind of ride along with me. So, if you do check it out, let me know what you think. Let me know what you liked and didn't like. I'd love to hear it. I'm going to really quickly go into a recap right now. So if you don't know what happens in this episode, I would turn it off now because there will be spoilers. So, Murderbot was injured. He was subdued by that rogue bot. He kind of like took a lot of damage, and he's kind of scrambled. As this bot is dragging him, Murderbot is kind of like regurgitating some data, and we get to see like a Sanctuary Moon intro, which I love. I love seeing Sanctuary Moon. Every time Sanctuary Moon's on, it gives me a smile. Now, Murderbot bides his time, rebuilds some of his power, and tries to fight back against the attacker. They fight a little. Murderbot puts up a good effort, but eventually the attacker puts a combat override module on Murderbot's, input port. It's right in his neck, very Matrix-like, and that combat override module is going to take over Murderbot's programming. Essentially, it's like a backdoor, and then he can be controlled by whoever is controlling this rogue bot, whoever is kind of controlling this whole system. They can control Murderbot and do what he wants. He thinks this is why the other sec bots in this encampment turned on their researchers and slaughtered them. He thinks this is the mechanism that caused that to happen. But after this combat override module is put on, Mensah, who stayed back, even though Murderbot told all the crew to go back to the hopper, Mensah stayed back. She has a drill. She drills into the rogue sec unit right in the chest, disabling it and getting Murderbot, and coming to help Murderbot. Now, Murderbot can't tell Mensah what's happening. They keep trying to say it, but when they try to talk about that override unit, something stops them. It seems like the programming is starting to work already. Now, Mensah tries to get Murderbot out of the building, and as they're doing this, Murderbot rambles and tries to take out the override module. He can't, and he also starts to hallucinate about, Sanctuary Moon, and we get this wonderful sequence where Murderbot and Mensah are in Sanctuary Moon. They have an emergency. They're trying to fix it, and the emergency is kind of loosely related to what is happening, in the real world. So we get this beautiful little sequence. But then that rogue bot that was damaged by Mensah but not killed comes and attacks them. Now, meanwhile, Ratthi has decided that he's going to act. He is the kind of pacifist in the group. He has no weapons training. He decides he's going to have this like masculine moment, this machismo moment, grabs a gun, which he knows nothing about, and goes to try to help Mensah. Now, meanwhile, Mensah and Murderbot are trying to avoid this rogue unit. They're in a room. The rogue unit breaks the door down, and Mensah shoots the unit with a gun. Mensah has a gun. She shoots this rogue bot. It seems like maybe Mensah is a little bit more combat focused than we expected. She was able to use that drill against him. She was pretty accurate with that gun, just like boom, right in the chest. So it seems like Mensah might be more capable. And she also, as they're leading this, as Murderbot and Mensah are leading this facility, Mensah's carrying that gun confidently. So it seems like maybe she might have a little bit more backstory here that we don't know about. So even though Mensah shot the rogue unit with a gun, it still comes out, follows them, tries to shoot, Mensah and Ratthi. Ratthi tries to shoot back. He shoots the gun. It's on max recoil. It hits him in the face, which I've actually seen happen to someone. If you're shooting a gun, don't put it right up to your face, especially a little pistol, because that thing can recoil back into you. It recoils back into Ratthi. Ratthi knocks himself out. And the rogue unit keeps shooting at Mensah and Ratthi, but keeps missing. And Murderbot wonders, like, why is it doing this? And then they realize that it's doing this because it's trying to wait for Murderbot to get overrun, so Murderbot will then murder them. It wants to blame the sec unit, blame it on this rogue sec unit, this Murderbot that went crazy, this Murderbot that went, rogue and murdered their crew. Now, just as is about to happen, though, just as Murderbot is about to be overtaken, Pinley and Arada fly in on the hopper. They were worried about Mensah. They were worried that Ratthi went out there. So they fly in the hopper. One of the legs crushes that rogue sec unit, and then it does it again and again, just smashes it into a pulp. So they get out. Everyone's happy. Mensah's safe. Ratthi is a little bruised, but he's safe as well. But Murderbot is about to be taken over. They know the code is there. They feel like they're about to be taken over. They're able to take the override off and smash it. And I was like, I don't know why. It's possible. There's two possibilities, I think. One, with that rogue second unit destroyed, maybe whatever blocker was preventing them from doing it, it was done. Or, more likely, I think, once the code had fully downloaded into Murderbot, then the unit itself was not needed. So then they were able to take it out and destroy it. Either way, Murderbot has the code in it. It feels like it is going to override it as it's looking at the various crew members. It already sees that they are listed as targets. And so Murderbot does the one thing it can to prevent it. It tries to tell the crew to shoot it because the crew is in danger as long as Murderbot is alive. The crew doesn't want to do that. So Murderbot takes the gun from Mensah and shoots itself in the chest. Boom, it's dead. And that's the episode. That's the end of the episode. So, questions: what is going to happen to Murderbot now that they have been shot in the chest by themselves? What is going to happen? Well, I don't know. I assume they're going to be fine because it would be a very boring show if Murderbot was done. It wouldn't be very much of a Murderbot show, and we've got, I think 5 more episodes left at least. So I assume that that the crew will be able to fix Murderbot. We already saw Murderbot get repaired in the facility with some sort of organic printing device. So I think that Murderbot will be okay. Now, will that code still be in there? I don't know. Maybe Gurathin, who we didn't see in this episode, maybe Gurathin, who seems to be a little bit better with computers, is augmented, can kind of interact with Murderbot on a technical level. maybe Gurathin can go in there and cut out the code, do what needs to happen. We'll see. So that is one question. I'm not sure. I think they'll be able to fix Murderbot. Maybe there will be some like residuals from the code in there that'll come back later. We'll have to see. Also, we still don't know why the crew was slaughtered. We don't know who this rogue Murderbot was. We don't know why they have different colors. So there's a lot of questions about motivation. And we also didn't make any progress on this vision Murderbot has of it destroying, it slaughtering a bunch of people. So all of these things are remaining questions, but that is Murderbot episode 4. Like I said, I definitely think you should watch it. I enjoyed this episode, and I'm enjoying the series more as we're continuing along. So I definitely think you should jump on that train. If you do watch it, let me know what you think. Let me know what you liked and didn't like. I'd love to hear it. And thanks so much for watching. If you like this review, please like and subscribe to this channel. It helps me a lot. Make sure all my new content goes straight to you. Thank you.